Welcome back to Director's Choice. When Ant-Man first debuted in Marvel Comics, the character received less love than its fellow Marvel superheroes. But when the Ant-Man movie came out, viewers had no chance but to fall in love with it. We all couldn't help but love Paul Rudd's fun take on the Ant-Man character.
Bringing him in. Sorry about this!
The humor he brings to the show is one of the main reasons it received so much love when it came out. The first Ant-Man movie was a hit, and its sequel was an even bigger one. As we all await the third installment of this amazing franchise, we've decided to answer the top 24 Google questions about Ant-Man 3. Stay tuned because there's a lot to discuss.
So, how long have you been Ant-Man again?
Not long. It just sort of happened.
Are they making a new Ant-Man? It was confirmed in late 2021 that the Ant-Man franchise would be getting a third installment. What is the name of the new Ant-Man movie? The threequel to the Ant-Man franchise is called Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. When does the new Ant-Man come out? The new Ant-Man was initially set to come out on July 28, 2023, but it switched release dates with another Marvel movie, The Marvels. It will now be released on February 17, 2023. The Marvels is the sequel to Marvel's 2019 movie, Captain Marvel, which starred Brie Larson. Who is directing Ant-Man 3? Peyton Reed directed the first two Ant-Man movies, and he will also be returning to direct the third one. When did Ant-Man 3 start filming? Ant-Man 3 was set to begin filming in January 2021, but it officially began in July 2021. In November 2021, director Peyton Reed announced that the principal photography for the movie had finished, which meant that the movie would move on to the post-production stage. Where was Ant-Man 3 filmed? Ant-Man was filmed in Turkey, America, and England. Who will be in Ant-Man 3? Fans can expect the return of the main characters, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man and Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp. They will be joined by Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Katherine Newton as Hank Pym, Janet Van Dyne, and Casey Lang, respectively. We can also expect to see a lot of new faces. Is Ant-Man and the Wasp necessary for Endgame? To fully understand the events of Avengers Endgame, you need to watch Ant-Man and the Wasp. In the movie's end credits, viewers see that Hank, Hope, and Janet get wiped away by Thanos' snap. Ant-Man appears in Endgame without the Wasp, but she later appears in the final fight against Thanos and his army. For someone who hasn't watched Ant-Man and the Wasp, you might not understand why the Wasp was missing from the movie's early scenes. How old is Cassie in Ant-Man 3? In the second Ant-Man movie, Cassie Lang is still a young girl, but after the events of Avengers Endgame, Casey has aged 5 years, which means she was a teenager by the time Endgame ended. In Avengers Endgame, Casey Lang is 17 years old. How old Casey will be in the third Ant-Man movie depends on how long after the events of Endgame the movie will take place. Who is the new Ant-Man? In the comics, grown-up Cassie Lang joins her father to fight crime as Stature. Because of the 5-year jump in Endgame, Cassie Lang is a lot older. Her new age has caused fans to speculate whether she would be taking on the Stature role. Does Ant-Man live in New York? In the first two Ant-Man movies, Scott Lang lives in San Francisco, and it is expected that the third movie will also be set in San Francisco. Are the ants in Ant-Man real? The Ant-Man movies showcase a variety of real ants and the powers that they possess. There are 4 ants featured in Ant-Man: the Carpenter Ant, the Crazy Ant, the Fire Ant, and the Bullet Ant. In the first Ant-Man movie, we watched Scott's relationship with one of the Carpenter Ants, which he called Antony. Unfortunately, Antony was killed by Ant-Man's enemy, Darren Cross. How small can Ant-Man get? Ant-Man can supposedly reduce to about half an inch or even to the size of an ant, or maybe smaller. But if Ant-Man actually reduced to the size of an ant, it might affect his biological processes. Who is Ant-Man's greatest enemy? Ant-Man's most notable enemy is Dr. Darren Cross. He was Hank Pym's protege until he took over his mentor's company, Pym Technologies, and changed it to Cross Technologies. He was obsessed with Dr. Hank's Pym particles and attempted to replicate them so he could sell them to the Ten Rings and Hydra. Unfortunately for him, though, Hank, Hope, and Scott destroyed his research and ruined his plans. Furious, he donned the suit, becoming the Marvel villain Yellow Jacket. He tried to murder Scott and his family, but shrunk down to a subatomic level. Before his alleged death, Cross kills Scott's beloved carpenter aunt, Antony. Cross was presumed dead after he shrunk in the first installment of the Ant-Man movies, but a recent interview with director Peyton Reed reveals that he might be back for the third movie. Another reason fans are speculating about his return is because of an Easter egg seen in the Loki series. In the 5th episode of Loki, you can see a giant Yellow Jacket helmet laying in the void at the end of time. This leads us to believe that Yellow Jacket will be returning in the third Ant-Man movie. Who is Bill Murray playing in Ant-Man 3? No one knows exactly what role Bill Murray will be playing in the upcoming movie. All we do know is that his role will be a bad guy, which is what Bill said on the Eli Manning Show. Who will be the villain in Ant-Man 3? The main villain in Ant-Man 3 is Kang the Conqueror, but there are rumors of a few minor villains like Yellow Jacket and Bill Murray's unknown bad guy character. Will Loki be in Ant-Man 3? From what we know, Loki will not be appearing in the third installment of the Ant-Man movie. Will T.I. be in Ant-Man 3? Amidst the sexual abuse accusations T.I. is facing with his wife, musician Tamika Harris, aka Tiny, Marvel Studios has dropped the actor. He will not be reprising his role as Dave in the upcoming Ant-Man movie. Will Michael Pena be in Ant-Man 3? With the loss of T.I.'s character Dave, it would suck if Ant-Man fans lost their beloved storyteller Luis too. Michael Pena, who plays Luis in the movie series, is yet to confirm if he will be returning for the third installment. Will Ghost return in Ant-Man 3? It is still uncertain if Hannah John Kamen will be reprising her role as Ghost in the upcoming movie. It has been confirmed that the actress's character did not die in the previous movie. However, whether she'll be making an appearance or not is still a mystery. It would be great to see a team-up between her, Ant-Man, and the Wasp, though. Will Kang the Conqueror be in Ant-Man 3? Kang the Conqueror is an Avengers enemy whose first live-action appearance was in the Loki series. He appeared in the season finale of Loki, but we were introduced to a different version of Kang, who called himself He Who Remains. Sylvie murdered this version of Kang, but before he died, he told them that more dangerous versions of him would be coming. The Kang we meet in Ant-Man 3 will most likely be a more ruthless version of the one in Loki. What will Ant-Man 3 be about? As with all other Marvel movies, the plot of Ant-Man 3 is top secret, but a few theories are going around. Firstly, there's the title, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which indicates that the third movie will be about the quantum realm. Other possible plotlines include the unveiling of Kang the Conqueror, the return of Yellow Jacket, and a possible team-up with Ghost. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we could answer all the questions about Ant-Man 3 that were on your mind. Check out this other recent clip by Director's Choice, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the notification button so you never miss an episode.